Good morning, this is Dr. Weissmoney, again at drweissmoney.com. Thanks for stopping by. Today we're going to talk about Roth IRA, my favorite type of retirement account. And this video is basically inspired by a long email of questions from my very loyal reader at my blog. So I figure I can answer these questions much more efficiently with a video rather than type it up, which will take me half an hour. So Roth IRA. Roth is a type of contribution into your retirement account. IRA stands for individual retirement account, and Roth is a post-tax contribution. In other words, you pay taxes the year that you contribute money into that retirement account. So let's say you're a medical student year 4. This year you made $6,000. So you can contribute up to the maximum of $5,500 or the maximum of however much you made. So you could contribute $5,500 this year for year 2016. But imagine, the amount of taxes you'll pay for making $6,000 for the whole entire year of 2016. I believe you probably get a refund, not even paying taxes. So you're paying negative taxes. So that's ideal, because the concept with Roth IRA is that, or Roth in general, is that you pay taxes before you put that money in. So yes, you're gonna most likely, in most instances, when people have positive in percentage of taxes, unlike a med student who made very little, is that they are going to pay a cheap tax, or whatever tax they pay. Yes, the tax portion is removed, and they have a percentage of whatever money they made, and they get to put it in their Roth account. And within the Roth account, that principal gets to grow indefinitely into whatever amount, depending on the investment option you choose. And when you take it out in retirement, or potentially for Roth IRA, your heir, your kids, your grandchildren can actually inherit it. By the time they take it out, they still do not have to pay any taxes on any of the return or the principal, of course. So that's pretty amazing. It's maximizing the time value of money, putting money in right now, and in 30 years to use it tax-free. And so that's why, for me, I'm always Roth. Until I'm making my attending paycheck, I see no point in putting money away pre-taxed, because right now, as I progress through each year of pay raises of 2,000 or 3,000, or a little bit of internal moonlighting, my income is going to increase. So are my taxes. So as my taxes increase, I pay more to be able to put money into Roth. And of course, dramatically more the year I become attending. So I obviously want to do Roth right now. So for all of you out there who is graduating this year as medical students, congratulations. And perhaps it's time for you to think about putting money away in your intern year. Get that paycheck and pay yourself first. My reader's question was, where do I go set up a Roth IRA account, and what kind of investment do I choose, and what timing should I do my investment at and contribution at, and what should be my style? So that's a lot of questions, right? A big mouthful to answer. Let's see if we can answer it very efficiently. So number one, I highly recommend Vanguard. They're not paying me to say this. Vanguard, the reason I like Vanguard is because it's all about DIY. And really, investment is a plain field. They've done research where they basically find the very expensive, costly investment manager, when they select stocks, they're as good as a bunch of monkey throwing darts at a newspaper. So if the professional investment manager who would charge me 3 to 5% of the money that I have. By the way, if they charge 1 to 3% even over my lifetime as a doctor, 30 years working, 30 years in retirement, they technically would take away possibly $13 million from my pocket. I'm not too into that. So I'm not sure about you. So I'm not interested in having someone else who's as good as a monkey throwing darts at newspaper manage my money. I'd much rather manage myself. I at least will be at primate level and at equivalent to the monkey as well. So I would go ahead and do it myself with Vanguard because they have very, very low expense ratios. So the cost that I will pay to invest with Vanguard, like for instance, right now I'm paying 0.04% when, again, actively managed funds, if you go find those famous and, the people who drive fancy cars to manage your money, the reason that they can drive fancy cars is because you're paying them 1 to 3% and you're working 5 to 10 years beyond your actual retirement age just because they've been slowly moving your money from your bank account into theirs over your working lifetime and in retirement as well. So I go for Vanguard. I choose the lowest rate I like, and that's how I approach what investment to get. I hardly ever select stock. It's just I like my portfolio to be very diversified. So usually I buy the total stock market, which is 3,000 different stock in there. Some are going to do good, some are going to do bad, but then they're going to average out. So the whole idea is you're buying the U.S. stock market. You're never going to beat it, and you're never going to lose. Way behind it, you're not going to lose a lot of money when everybody else is doing well. So basically that's my approach. So with that kind of approach, I can expect it's going to be about 8% annualized return. Some people quote 10%, some people quote 6%. I like to be kind of moderate, so I say 8% annualized over a long-term investment, a buy and hold style. I really like the saying that says, invest your time actively. Invest your money passively. I don't want to spend a lot of time day trading. I'm not a day trader. I am a doctor. I'm a mom. I have so many other more important roles to fulfill other than looking at the little incremental changes of market and having no crystal ball to really predict the future and pretending that I do and timing the market. So I basically put everything on autopilot. And go in and buy and hold mode. I don't switch things around. There's going to be up and down, but it doesn't matter. In the end, what matters is how much you save, and that's going to be the giant principle of workforce, of money that's working for you when you're sleeping, because it's, when you're vacationing. Stock market never stops, right? So that's my style, buy and hold. And I go for the lowest expense ratio because nothing is guaranteed when you invest in the stock market either. There is this long-term average, but what's truly guaranteed is whatever you keep in your pocket without paying towards a fee. That's a guarantee. Or company match is a guarantee. The moment you have a company match that's up to 4% and you put in a dollar for dollar, the moment you put $1 in, your company match $1. That's 100% instant return. That's a guarantee. So two guarantee company match. Another guarantee is cost and fees associated with your investment. So the more you keep in your pocket, the more money gets to work for you. So those are the things why I would choose my investment based on, number one, diversification. I want a very broad range of stocks. So, I'm not putting all my egg in one basket. I don't select stock. Number two, I buy and hold. I don't time the market. Even if I timed it right, I still lose. Okay, that's a topic for another day. Then another question he was asking is about how to time your contribution. For instance, you have 5,500 max you can contribute a year in 2016, and you have from January 1st, 2016 all the way to April 15 of 2017 to do this contribution. How would you like to do it? There are two major styles, and then all flavors in between. One style is some people like to put a lump sum 5,500 on January 1st of 2016 because they believe, guess what? I pay taxes for those money. That money gets to grow 1 year plus 4.5 months more. So 16.5 months more if I put that money in at the beginning, January 1st, that gets to grow the whole time. That's my mentor, Wyco Investor's approach. He can afford to do it. He has 5,500 and lots more sitting around for investment. But for us, we might not be able to leverage it, although you could potentially use credit card to borrow interest-free money to do so. However, the other end of the method is called dollar cost averaging, which means the stock market is going to fluctuate throughout the year. So there are going to be times you can buy cheap and then it'll rise as high, and sometimes you'll buy expensive and it'll kind of drop down. But if you kind of consistently every paycheck contribute the amount that's 5,500 divided by divided by, let's say, 26 paycheck or 24 paychecks, then it's called dollar cost averaging, because some days when you bought it will be high, some days it'll be low. In the end, you would have bought at a pretty moderate price. So either approach is good. I think the dollar cost averaging is better in that it's more passive. You don't have to actively, you know, mentally actively prepare for this 5500 transfer this and that, but it's just automatically in the background consistently taking money out of your paycheck for you. And you won't beat yourself over the head if you, let's say at the height of market was January 1st and it crashed 40%. So either way, either style is fine. Some people choose to, do dollar cost averaging combination with lump sum. So what they do is they put, 2,000 into the money market, which means it's not in the stock market yet. It's just in a holding place in Vanguard. And when they see there's a dip in the market, they right away try to buy that 2,000. But then again, just because there's a dip doesn't mean it's not going to dip further. That's what's kind of interesting, where you're not going to get too rewarded if you bought at a dip here and then it dip even more 20%. So find your own style, find something that you're most comfortable with, play with it, because we're young in our career. The whole reason that I highly recommend that we invest now is because we have little money now. If we make mistakes, we're gonna learn at a much cheaper price as opposed to when we have a lot of money to play. Yeah, that's in a gist about Roth IRA. If you have any other questions, just come to the blog drwisemoney.com and put your questions there. It'll be usually answered within 24 hours. All right, thank you very much for your time. And again, remember, invest your time actively, like how I'm doing right now. I'm teaching and you're learning, and there's going to be wonderful discussion. Invest your money passively. All right, and make your money work for you so you can sleep, vacation, and have lots of fun while money is making the background for you. All right, take care. See you until next time.